So today marks the 64 years after Nigeria's independence in 1960, and I'm actually recording this video at exactly 5:20 a.m. I just woke up and I discovered that today is Nigeria independence. I intend to create a simple flyer to mark this particular day. So in order for me to source out resources in creating this design, I'll be looking at resources within the Nigerian independence, okay, images that actually mark that particular day, and I intend to use it in creating the design. So this tutorial will be a very brief tutorial. I think this image will actually work. Okay, this, so I also need to head over to freepik.com as well. So over here on freepik.com, I also need to source out an image. I would like to use an image of a guy or a lady that depicts happiness. Okay, so I'll come over here and search with the keywords happy guy with green and white shirt, which is the actual color of the Nigerian flag. Okay, so I'll hit the search and go through the search results to see what Google is actually providing, or what Freepik is actually suggesting. So I've actually found one here. Okay, so I'll click on it, right click and save as image, then click on the save button and it will be downloaded into the PC. Okay, that is in terms of that. So the next thing we'd like to do is to actually head over to our Photoshop application and create a new Canva workspace on which we'll be designing on. So I'll click on create new over here, and the new document panels actually comes up. Over here on the new document panel, I would like to create a Canva workspace of this dimension. I will set the unit of measurement in inches, 4x4 of width and height to be precise. The resolution can be set on 300. Color mode remains on RGB because this content will be used across web platforms and social media platforms. For this, I'd like to give this project a name, calling it Nigeria at 64. Okay, and leave other settings the way they are. Click on the create button. So over here we have the Canva workspace on which I'll be designing on. So the next thing I'd like to do here is to drag in the resource files I'll be using for this. So I'll head over to here, so I'll right click to copy the image, head over to my Photoshop, pick the move tool, Ctrl V to actually paste it in, right click on the layer and convert it to a smart object. By doing so, it enables you to maintain the image resolution whenever you scale it up or scale it down without losing the original resolution. So I'll hit Ctrl T for this to actually transform this, hold Alt and scale this out like this into your Canva and click on the check button. So that is in terms of that, and after I'm done with that, I like to turn off the layer and create a solid fill adjustment. Head over to adjustment and create a solid color adjustment. I think I would like to pick a color around somewhere here like this. Okay, I think this is okay. I click on the OK button, select this image here and change the blending mode to something like this, and reduce the opacity so that image can be out of focus to a good radius. I don't need it to be in focus, don't need it to take attention from what I'll be placing on the foreground. Okay, so after I'm done with this, the next thing I like to do is to head over to to view over here, enable the guides layout here, and I would like to set my new guides layout with these parameters to be precise. Okay, or I can still take this up by setting this on 10 by 10, 10%. Okay, paste it in, paste it in, paste it in. Okay, I'm trying to create structure for my text, thereby controlling the eye movement of my target audience. So after I'm done with this, the next thing I like to do here is to drag in the image of the subject. Okay, I've actually cropped it out here. So I think I have a video on how to crop image. I'll be attaching it on this video. Do well to check the video description. Okay, so I have this here of this guy. I've actually cropped it out and I'll be placing it here. Please take note that before working on any subject image or any image, I always advise you should right click and convert it to a smart object. By doing so, it enables you to maintain quality of the image whenever you scale it up or scale it down without actually losing its original quality. Okay, that's why if you notice, I was actually scaling it out without converting it to a smart object, all because I've converted it to a smart object when I cleaned the image earlier. Okay, so I have this image here. Hit Ctrl T, scale this down a little like this, take this down like this, and we are good to go. So the next thing I like to do here is to add depth to this image. How do I go about this? I head over to filter and apply the camera raw filter. So over here on the camera raw, I would like to enable the before and the after so that you can have a good preview of what I'm actually doing here. So I'll start by working with the basics. Please take note, a quick disclaimer. In order for you to work with the camera raw, it is more of an eyeballing situation. There are no rules actually governing the way you go about this. Okay, you allow your eyes to actually guide you to know when to make adjustments on any of these sliders. Okay, so for the exposure here, I would like to enhance the exposure a little bit like this. Okay, and for the contrast, I also like to enhance the contrast, okay, to around this as well. For the highlight, I need to take down the highlight down all the way down this way, and for the shadows, I need to take away the shadows on this image and leave more of the highlights. Okay, so the white as well, need to take it up a little like this is okay. So moving on, we'll head over to the black and adjust the black like this. So I head over to texture, increase texture to around something like this is okay. This is majorly my focus area, so I'll set this to around this. Okay, so the clarity as well, you just make a little adjustment on the clarity a little bit like this. So after I'm done, I would like to reduce the saturation of this a little and head over to details, and over here on details I'll also make little adjustments on the details by working on the sharpening as well. So I'll take the sharpening to around, okay, let me see how it actually looks on the image. I think this is okay. For this, I'll leave this around this. Okay, so this is the before and this is the afterwards. So I'll click on the OK button, and this is how the image is actually looking like so far. So after I'm done with this, I would like to head over to applying some adjustments. But before going further, I would like to start placing in the text and other set of information. So I pick the text tool, okay, and start typing in my text into the Canva. So for this, I'll call this Ninja at 64. Okay, I'd like to change the fill color of the text as well to this particular hex code over here, that is 03037436. Okay, that's the hex code for the color, and click on the OK. I like to change the font for this to let me see, Montserrat. Okay, just head over to your character panel and turn off this, please. Okay, the N should be in capital letter. Okay, and you can choose to change the style to, let me see, bold should work. Okay, adjust the tracking of the text to around -60, I think should work. -60 for the tracking, -60. Okay, so hit Ctrl T, scale this down, take it and place it around somewhere here like this. Okay, so moving on, I would like to make adjustments to this by taking this further like this. Make sure it overlap with the guides. Okay, so after I'm done, hold Alt, left click and drag, pick the text tool, I'm placing the date, which is Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, October 1st, 2024 to be precise. For this, I like to create contrast. One of the way you create contrast is by reducing the style of text. Okay, one, I intend to keep this bolded while this should be set on regular. Okay, thereby making them stand out and creating hierarchy among your text. Today is actually Tuesday, so I can scale this out like this. Okay, and moving on, I like to place in, I hold Alt as well, Control and Alt, left click and drag out. Okay, I'll call this Nigeria Independence Day. Change the alignment to the left hand alignment. Okay, that is for this. Why for this as well, I like to change the style to black, adjust the what do you call it, the space between the text on the vertical. Okay, and place this around somewhere here like this. Make this highly pronounced by scaling up the size, and we are good to go. For this, select both text, pick your move tool and take this up like this. Okay, so I think we are almost done, so check. So moving on, the next thing I'd like to do here is to make some adjustment on this image. So I hit Ctrl T, take this down a little. Okay, so after I'm done, I would like to add some adjustments to this image. So one of the first adjustments I would like to add here has to do with the guy itself. Okay, so for this, I will head over to adjustment here and enable the hues and the saturation adjustment, and for this I would like to actually reduce the color here by taking this down like this. But if you notice, I'm actually working on the max, but make sure this icon, the hues and saturation icon, is selected. Click on the hand icon and sample your color. Okay, so I would also like to sample the color on the face of the subject. Okay, you see, if I select this changes to red, so I reduce this way like this. I intend to create drama with the image. This is a black man's country, so I need to give that depth of black color here. Okay, and I like to reduce the saturation like this. Okay, so after I'm done with that, I'll create a new adjustment as well. Okay, and select the hand icon as well and sample this color to be precise. So after I'm done sampling this color, the next thing I like to do is to basically play with the hues and saturation. Okay, so for me to work on this color successfully, I need to work on the hues and pick a hue that works perfectly well with what I have at the top there. Okay, I think something around this is okay for me. Why this, I'll return the saturation back to this. Okay, I'll leave other settings the way they are. I'm going to choose to actually turn off this if I don't actually need it, but I still need to work on some other areas such as the feel, the color and the feel of the clothes. So I'll come to the adjustment, enable the selective colors. Please, I need to clip max all these three adjustments to this. So I'll hold Alt in between them like this. The mouse pointer changes to an arrow pointing downward in between both layers. So I hold Alt in between both layers, left click, hold Alt in between both layers, and it will clip max the effect to the guy only, not the whole project. So for this, I would like to head over to the color here and set this on white. For this, you can either take it this way or this way. Okay, you taking it this way, you're adding more of white. You taking it this way, you're adding more of black to the image. So I need more of white. Okay, I'm trying to maintain the actual traditional color of Nigeria, which is the green and the white color feel. Okay, Ctrl H to actually hide this. So I'll pick the text tool and okay, is there need? So I'll hold Ctrl and Alt to make a duplicate of this, take out this, I don't need this. So I like to change the font, okay, to another font called autograph. I would like to change its fill color to white. Okay, And finally, after I'm done with that, I would like to also make adjustments to this by changing the blending mode. Okay, so I would like to scale down the blending mode to this, enable the flux bold, hit enter, Ctrl T to actually transform this out, and you can scale it out the way you want it to be and place it into your design like this. Okay, to fill up those spaces. Okay, and after I'm done with that, you can choose to place a courtesy text, but before doing that, I'd like to create a small rectangle of this dimension like this with a white fill, no stroke enabled, and place it around somewhere here like this. Add the curves, a little curve using the property panel, and Ctrl A, pick a move to align it horizontally, Ctrl D to actually deselect, Ctrl H to turn on your guides back. Okay, so moving on, I can pick the text to left click around somewhere here like this, and placing the courtesy text, that is window key and full stop on the keyboard to bring up this prompt. I think this prompt will actually come up, so I'll select this symbol here and place in my text here. Okay, so I think almost done with this. Leave this on white, change the font back to the Montserrat font that we were using earlier, and set this to around this. Hit Ctrl T to transform, hold out, scale it out from the middle, and place it here. Change the fill color by sampling the color, and we are good to go. Please take the layer directly. You have to take the layer directly above this rectangle here, okay, so that the text can be seen. So you can choose to increase this to semi-bold or bold to see how it actually looks. So I hold Control, my mouse pointer changes to a hand icon over here. So I hold Control here, left click to make a quick selection of the rectangle. Pick your move tool, align horizontally and vertically into the shape. Ctrl D to actually deselect. Okay, you can choose to set this on 0, that is the tracking. Set this to 0 and increase the size like this. Okay, align this once more into the shape properly, and we are good to go. Ctrl D to deselect. So I think this is actually quite simple. So I can still choose to make adjustments to this image by selecting the layer, hitting Ctrl T, and rotate the angle a little bit to a good degree so that this can actually stand proper. Okay, I think this is okay, guys. This is actually looking nice so far. So I think this is okay, or you can still choose to take it a step further by making use of the color adjustments. Okay, that is color lookup. If you intend to take the project further, and select a color lookup that actually helps the look or help the message of your design, okay, and actually use it for your project. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of this video. If you do find this video, do well to smash the like button. Do well to smash the like button right away. please and please, if you're new to the channel and you are yet to subscribe, do well to smash the subscribe button and turn on the post notification bell to get notification whenever I upload new content. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always watching. If you have any questions or comments, do well to leave your comment in the comment section, and you can also share this content with other creatives around you. And if you're having issues on how to mix colors, please do well to watch this video. It will walk you through on how to combine colors. Okay, and see you in the next.